G'day, it's Austin. I recently just hit 100,000 Shopify orders, which is why I have this hunky Shopify trophy here for one of my stores. And in this video, I wanted to break down exactly how I got to 100,000 orders and how I've made over $13.5 million in sales with my own Shopify dropshipping stores over the past 4 years. And I've broken it down into 3 phases, and I'm just gonna walk you through everything from start to finish so you know exactly what you need to do. And so let's jump straight into it. The first thing you need is a bucket. I'll explain why it's called the bucket. Because when you get to the latter stages of pouring in the traffic, doing your marketing, doing your advertising, you want to be able to capture as much of those leads or traffic and turn those into sales and into money and into profit. So you need a good bucket, because no matter how much traffic you pour into this system later, if you have a pretty rickety bucket, lots of holes in it, lots of spots where people could fall out, where you lose those potential sales, it's just going to make it more difficult for yourself. So first thing we need to do is create the bucket. First part of that is you need to select a great product. And when it comes to product selection, what's allowed me to make all this money with e-com and get those trophies over there with my stores is I'm always selling something that people have sold before. I'm not trying to sell something new. And I call this the slice of the pie method. So instead of just trying to get the whole pie, trying to create something new, invent a product category, how about we just find something that's already selling well online and just take our slice of the pie? And that slice of the pie, generally, if you find a good product, is enough to give you financial freedom. It's enough to get you to $10,000 a month in profit or beyond that. And that's the exact method I've used. I don't spend my time creating my own products. I'm just looking at what's selling online and then starting there. And as a beginner, that's the easiest way to get to 10,000 orders, 100,000 orders, in my opinion, and achieve financial freedom with e-commerce. Find a product that's already selling well and start there. The next one is you need a branded and trustworthy Shopify store. And so I think the age of generic stores through dropshipping, they're just not as effective as they used to be. Branded dropshipping stores are the future, and it's what's working really well for me and has worked well for the 25,000 people that I've taught these exact 3 phases to as well. Build a branded and trustworthy store that focuses on the benefits of the product you're selling. So you found the product, you now built a branded and trustworthy Shopify store. You now need to set up some emails. A lot of people just think that you find the products and build a store and then you just run ads to it and everything's great. But there's always going to be a percentage of people that land on your store and don't buy the first time or buy straight away. But if you have an email pop-up and you have a welcome series email flow, you're able to turn more of that traffic into revenue and profit. So it's one thing that you set up now when you're starting, and then it will consistently produce sales for you over time. With the welcome flows for the brand that has actually got this 100,000 order trophy, I think I've touched it twice ever. I probably should improve it more, improve the conversion rate, but it just goes to show that email can make up 20 to 25% of your total revenue. Yes, that comes from campaigns, but a big chunk will come from flows as well. For me, it's been about 50% of my email revenue has come from flows. And so just set up a simple welcome flow. Set up an email pop-up on your store to offer someone a discount in exchange for their email address. You need that. That's part of having a really solid bucket, a brand that you can pour traffic into, and it's just going to produce a lot of profit for you. And then the last thing you need for the bucket stage are some upsells. Now, there's one question that McDonald's asks that generates them billions of dollars, billions with a B, billions of dollars a year in extra revenue. And that question is, would you like fries with that? Would you like to turn that into a meal? Simple upsells that make sense when you're going there to buy the main product. Maybe you're going there to buy a Big Mac, a quarter pounder, cheeseburger. Hey, would you like fries with that? Hey, do you want to turn that into a meal? It's a simple upsell. It improves your experience as the customer. You were hungry. That's why you went there. So then now these extra things they're offering you are going to help you solve that a bit more quickly. So on your store, don't just have one product. Have a core product that you advertise, but then also have 2 supporting products. I call them complementary products that you can use for upsells, cross-sells, and bundles. And that's stage 1. You've got the bucket. You've created this thing that now you can pour the traffic into. You can use the ads, do the marketing through influencers, and it's going to generate sales for you and profit. Now, phase number 2. You need the traffic, you need the water, you need the flow, you need people seeing all the amazing things that you've set up on this store, the great product you've found, the store you've built, the emails, the upsells. Because if you don't have traffic, it doesn't matter. The first thing you're going to need for this is some content. Grab some images from different suppliers you find for the product you're going to sell from AliExpress or eBay. Drag those images into Google Images and it will search the internet for similar looking images to use. Now find the best ones that you can use for your store initially. This is just to test. This is just to get some sales, and then you can get better quality content after. Use what's already available online. Find reviews for your product online. Leverage what's already there. Don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to develop all these things yourself at the start. Keep it simple. You're a beginner. We just want to get sales and we want to scale our dropshipping store. And so find content that's already there. Then you're going to work with micro influencers and work with them on what's called a product seeding campaign. So you're going to seed products out to these different influencers. You're just going to send them out to them. And you're going to use Instagram for this. And the way I like to do it is you find influencers that have your audience that you would want for your store, that are making content in a similar niche. You reach out to them with a simple DM. You say, hey, I'd love to send you insert product. And then a little sparkle emoji at the end. And that's it. You don't do anything else. Keep it simple. And then they'll reply and be like, sure, absolutely. Most of them will. And then once you get the shipping details, you send them out the product from your supplier directly. Then you say, hey, we'd love if you shot some content with it. Now, the purpose of a product seeding campaign is that the majority of them will shoot content. They're micro influencers, they're content creators. They love doing that. So give them a discount code. Tell them they can share it with their audience. And if they get enough sales organically and make good content, then you might work with them on an affiliate relationship where any sales that they generate, they get a percentage of those. And so it turns a micro influencer into a content creator for you, and then also potentially a great long-term partner and traffic source. You're then going to get the content that these micro influencers create for you, and with their permission, use that as advertising. Put it in your marketing, share it around, use it in your Facebook ads for the first time. Set up a simple Advantage Plus shopping campaign inside of Facebook ads and grab the best ads that the influencers have made for you and run them in that campaign. No targeting, no funny business. All you're gonna do is just set the country that you wanna sell to, that your supplier is in, and then start running those ads. You've had to spend very little to create this content with these influencers using this method. And now you can grab that content and use it in your advertising to start scaling your ads and start getting sales profitably and consistently. Influencers will give you those little bursts, they'll give you the great content, but then for consistent scaling over time, you want Facebook ads set up. And the last part is once you're doing these methods for a while, you're gonna start building up a bit of an email list. And so I always recommend running some flash sales. Do at least one a month when you're first starting out. Once you start having an email list of substantial size, even a couple hundred people, 1,000 plus, now when you run a flash sale, you're gonna get old customers or people that haven't bought from you yet to come back and buy by offering them a site-wide discount. Set these up, send out some emails, and you'll see a dramatic boost in your sales and revenue without harming the brand. That's what I find. That's the traffic. That's phase number 2. Phase number 1, you need the bucket. Phase number 2, you need the traffic, which I picture you're pouring water into the bucket. Now, if you ignore some of the things from the bucket section, you might have great marketing and advertising pouring that into the top of this bucket, but I have lots of holes in it. And you'll end up losing out on a lot of potential revenue and profit. So it's very important that you set the foundation correctly. You have a good bucket without all those holes in it, and then you pour the water in from your traffic and marketing, and that can convert to the most sales and profit possible. Now, the last thing is we want to incentivize the repeat buy. Repeat buyers are amazing. They're highly profitable and you haven't had to pay to get them to come back and buy again. You spent money once to get them to your store, to get them to buy from you, and now they're an email away. And so getting them to come back and buy from you again and again is how you build a really strong dropshipping store, a brand that really grows and becomes more profitable over time. So to do this, you're gonna deliver great customer service. Don't ignore customer service. Reply to your ad comments, reply to your DMs for your brand, reply to those emails quickly. Just do it yourself initially, and then you can use a whole suite of AI customer service apps or work with a virtual assistant to automate this, or at least delegate it so it's off your plate and you can focus on the marketing and advertising. But do not neglect customer service. Get back to people quickly. They've paid for your product. You owe them the courtesy to at least get back to them and help them solve their issues. The next one is you need great suppliers. You need local suppliers. So if you're in Australia selling to Aussies with your store, Then for the products you have found, you want to make sure you're sourcing them from Australian suppliers, or at least products that are located in Australian warehouses. So look on eBay Australia would be my recommendation. Find suppliers that are shipping locally, so then when someone places an order on your store, you can get it sent to them as quickly as possible because it's shipping from Sydney or Melbourne. It's not coming from overseas. The same applies in other markets too. If you're in the US, you're in the UK, look on eBay there and find local suppliers so that when those orders come in, you can get them shipped out quickly. And the last way you're going to incentivize repeat buyers is by delivering very quick shipping. So look for the express options. I always pay a premium just to get the product to the customer a bit more quickly. Yes, you hurt your margins slightly, but customers are going to love it. They're going to have a great experience and they're going to come back and buy from you again and again. So it's well worth it. Give a great experience, incentivize the repeat buy. And that's how I did it. Those are the pillars of getting to 100,000 orders, or at least building a profitable e-commerce store. And then it will take time to get to 100,000 orders, like it did for me. It took a few years. And I was mainly selling more expensive products at an AOV of between $100 to $150. And so it's taken me a little bit longer to get there. But if you follow these principles, I'm confident you can set up a profitable branded dropshipping store. And if you want a full guide on how to do all of these things and a bunch of other things that I may have left out to keep this video short and sharp, you can check out the 6.5-hour course video I put on my channel for free. It walks you through everything, step by step, templates for all this stuff as well. So you can just go through it and by the end of the video, have your own store up and running using the exact methods that I've used for a very long time. And it's allowed me to get those trophies and make a lot of money with e-commerce. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave that on the screen now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.